I think it was Douglas Murray, I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think he said that why is Gaza not like Singapore? If Israel could do it, why could Gaza not have been a prosperous, free, wonderful place?
It's on the Mediterranean. It's south of Tel Aviv, right? The coastline. It just goes down. It's not even that far south because it's such a small area. They took every Jew out of Gaza. There were 7,000 Jews there. They didn't want them there. Okay, Israel disengaged. They said, we'll have nothing to do with you people. There was no blockade or anything else. And then for 20 years, they built a giant genocidal machine with, now we know, these insane complex tunnels. They shot all these rockets in. What did they think was going to happen? So you saw all these people on October 7th celebrating, and then on October 10th we're suddenly crying. And it's like, well, what did you think? They thought this was their chance. I think much of the world that hates Israel thought this was the chance. Boy, we're going to do this unthinkable thing on this day. They're going to get thousands of rockets from the north. The Iranians are going to shoot rockets. The Houthis are going to shoot rockets. We'll do other, internal acts of terrorism. Like it was sort of an end game for these people. And I think they've now realized it's not going to work militarily. So they'll have other ways of doing it. I mean, my fear for our countries is that they'll export Palestinianism in a different way. It's one thing when they take over Melbourne every week here, which they do, for their massive protests, but the next version of it probably is suicide bombs, and it's probably car rammings and all the other stabbings and the other things that Israelis have had to deal with for 75 years. Because I think they'll have realized, we can't take out the entity itself. Maybe there's other ways we can export the terror. But that's a black-pilled thing to talk about on a beautiful day, I suppose.
I still find it mind-boggling that terrorism has turned out to be, in some quarters, a publicity coup. They've won the propaganda war in many sections of the West. I can't believe how divided our country's become. Australia, divided. Split all over the place.
We were at the airport yesterday flying here from Melbourne, and I saw just a guy that looked probably 25 years old, perfectly, typical Australian white guy, and he had a big shirt from the river to the sea with the watermelon at the airport. What does this really mean for this place? So again, you don't have to care about what's going on there, but what does it mean for here? This wasn't someone dressed in typical Muslim garb or anything else. This guy looked as Australian as anyone else walking the streets.